Hey everybody.
Everybody.
Hello.
Hey Tiffany. So how you doing, guys? How's it going?
Good, good.
Good.
I know, Richard, you're already through the course, right?
I've been through the course a few times.
Yeah. What about you, Tiffany? How's it
I'm
going?
getting there. It's going good. It's really
Good?
slow going for me.
It's all
I
right.
just
No rush. No rush. No rush.
okay. All right. I was feeling kind of anxious about how long it's taking me, but um
Well, there's
so
no
I
deadline
just
or anything. I mean,
yeah.
you could take it at your own pace. It's fine.
Okay. I just got through the first part of the StellaSwap, and
Mm.
I think instead of bridging USDC, I bridged all my Ethereum. And I was like, "Oh, was I not supposed to do that?"
That's not too bad actually. It's okay. You can exchange it to USDC on StellaSwap, so it's fine. No biggie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can bridge
I'm just
Ethereum
like,
also. I just don't tell people to do that because Ethereum price fluctuates, So that's why I tell people to use USDC because it's a stable coin. It's always a buck.
okay. So
But
I did that after once I realized what I had done.
yeah,
So now I have everything over there, but it's just so funny because like I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm like I have no idea where my money is, or like where it's
it's
just like
somewhere. When you bridge
it's
it over, it's
somewhere.
somewhere. Yeah, it's either on your on your wallet, on the bridge, or on StellaSwap on Moonbeam. It's one of three places.
Yeah.
So the money is always somewhere. That's the good part about this, and everything is kind of like recorded on the blockchain, so it's easier to troubleshoot and because everybody can see your transactions. It's the blockchain is fully transparent, so you can go to like Moonscan and you can see what's going on.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So the Ethereum that I have bridged, do I just leave it there? Do I need to buy more Ethereum now?
Well, you do need Ethereum on the Ethereum side, in the future to do bridging for the gas fees on that side, on Ethereum side. So, I
Okay.
mean, and the Ethereum you already bridged over. I mean, you could just, use it like you're gonna use USDC. Same thing. You could even swap it for USDC. Just go to like the swap tool in StellaSwap and just, select Ethereum, select whatever, token you want to swap to, like USDC.WH, and bam, clickety click, done. So yeah,
Okay.
it's
So is
not.
that the best thing to do, or what should I?
Yeah, I mean, you might as well. You can bridge it back also. That's not a problem.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I can bridge it back?
yeah. Same thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So
yeah.
just do it. How would I do that?
Just go to the bridge and just select like you were doing it. Instead, select like Moonbeam, from Moonbeam to Ethereum. That's it, and then select that ETH and click, and that's it. If you want to see how
Oh, okay.
how to do that, it's in module 5. Bridging USDC back on instead of USDC, just pick Ethereum. That's it. Everything else is the same though.
Okay.
Yeah. ETH is
All right.
fine. I mean, people can use ETH as well. I mean, Johnny is using ETH because he can't even get USDC in Ontario. Yeah. So he's actually already doing that. Like if you probably saw it in the chat, right? He was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
and I
I can't
saw
get
it. Yeah.
USDC."
I saw it in the instructions too. I was like, but I didn't mean to do that, and I think I need Ethereum for something else later on.
Yeah. You need it for gas basically on the Ethereum side. Yeah. When
Okay.
you bridge back and forth, yeah. So, but it's okay. You can do whichever thing. You can bridge it back. You can leave it there and swap it to USDC and just buy new Ethereum on Coinbase. You could do that. That's fine. Either way works. No
Okay.
problems. Yeah. And all this stuff is, I mean, it could be undone. The only thing that can't be undone is if you send your crypto to the wrong address or the wrong network. Yeah,
Okay.
if you do that, it's gone. Just heads up. So always triple check those. Yeah, those are the only
So
things that you can mess
okay.
up. Those two things, like don't do that. If you because if you send this to some guy on some like wallet, there's nothing. Myself or StellaSwap team, nobody can help you with that because that's like taking cash and giving it to somebody, and then hoping that guy
Okay.
gives you back the cash, which is obviously not happening. So
Right, right. Yeah, that's
like,
what I was wondering. I was like, oh, is it gone forever in the wrong place? I was like, I
no,
have
no,
no
no,
idea.
no.
I'm very lost. I'm just following the steps.
Yeah. Just follow the steps. Once you go through it once, it's all gonna click together. Like when you get to the end. Like
Right.
that's the way I designed the course, where you go step by step. and then you're like, oh, okay, so that's what that step before was for, you know? Because people like, oh, why am I doing this? I'm like, hold on, just keep going, keep going. You'll see why you're doing that. It'll all be clear.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully this is like still kind of part of the setup mode that we'll be able to start like gaining money from this at some point.
Well, yeah. Well, you start getting money as soon as you put the funds into the liquidity pools and stake it in the farms. As soon as you do that, right away you're gonna start making yield, like instantly, same second, in real time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
you can sit there and actually look at it, and you'll see it ticking, like the money coming in. Yeah. So it's not like in a week or a month. It's like real time. You get yield, like literally every second. Yeah, 24/7.
Okay.
365.
I noticed
no weekends. No banking hours on the StellaSwap. It's crypto all the time, always
that's
working.
kind of cool.
Yeah. It's always open for business. There's no such thing as like, oh, it's down. Oh, we're closed on Saturdays and Sundays. No, that's not how this works. Like, it's working all the time.
Yeah.
What's up, Brady?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man? How's it going?
Good, man. Good. I was just outside for a while, but I came in because I think last weekend's call was on Sunday.
So yeah. I had to do it on Sunday because my business partner was there on Saturday, so I had to like take care of business with him. So I had to push it to Sunday, for that day. Yeah, but usually I try to make it like on Saturdays, at noon, kind of keep it steady.
And next weekend's the last one, right?
Yeah. The last one. Then I'm gonna start. I'm gonna finish tuning the course, finish the optimization, basically put in all the pieces that I need to scale up, and then I'm gonna start marketing again, get more people into that Telegram chat. Fresh students. Yeah. And then once I get enough people, I'll open the Q&As back up. So I'll kind of do them periodically. Kind of get more course newbies, and then open up another like 4 or 5 Q&As. Because I mean, from what I see, people don't really have that many questions. I mean, mostly they're just kind of going through the course, and and people can ask questions in the Telegram chat. I mean, it's not like they can't ask questions without the Q&As, right?
Right. Did you say somebody couldn't get ETH in Ontario?
Yeah, Johnny. Remember Matlick? I think he's in Ontario. He was trying to buy USDC. He couldn't get. He could get ETH. Can't get USDC. Yeah, for some reason. I don't know why.
On Coinbase?
Yeah. For some reason, for him, it was like not working. I don't know.
Okay, I'll message him because there's better ways to get USDC in Ontario. So
feel free, man. I'm not aware of them. I'm doing the Binance module right now, actually.
Oh, Johnny's right here.
Yeah. Hey,
yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So speaking of that, So Brady can probably help you out with the ways to get USDC in Ontario.
There's so many different processes that I have to go through in Ontario because I have to I have to buy ETH first, then I have to convert it, and there's these charges that you end up losing money on before you even make any purchase really or investment or whatever.
Yeah, it's all this centralized middlemen, try and take their cut. That's what it is.
So what are the other options that are out there?
I mean, you have to ask Brady. And
you're talking about Ontario, Canada, right? Not
because
no, Ontario, Canada. Yeah, we're regulated up the yazoo here.
Yeah, same as New York, man.
Well, I'm just outside of Toronto, and there's a Toronto-based exchange called Wealth Simple.
Wealth Simple?
Yeah, they're like so one of the feelings I get from them is that they are so regulated that like I have a little bit more peace of mind in some ways when I'm using the crypto options on their platform. I have peace of mind because I know that like they're less likely to be corrupt than like FTX or something like that. So that's one plus. But because they're so regulated, I buy it and then I get it out of there as soon as possible now.
Yeah.
So you can get USDC.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Coinbase. As soon as you get it in, you get it out, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right. So you can use Wealth Simple to basically get USDC and send it right into MetaMask.
Yeah.
Where are you outside of Toronto?
Like Mississauga, Milton.
Yeah, I'm Brampton.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, that's really close. I'm on the edge of Brampton. I was born there.
So we're virtually neighbors. Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, we'll have to connect because
See.
I'd like to pick your brain because you got more of a brain in this than I do.
Well, yeah, we're like it's there like in this space in DeFi, it's such a huge learning curve. There's so many, even in
Yeah.
just like StellaSwap. Like I popped back in today and there's like new farms going and
Yeah,
it's
and
it's
now
just
concentrated liquidity is coming in, man. That's going to be huge. Like I'm going to be one of the beta testers for that. That's a whole different way to make money on liquidity. You
yeah,
you
it's
provide
more
like
risky though,
ranges.
right?
It's different. You know what I mean? Like you provide the liquidity for like a certain price range, and but you get like more fees. Yeah, but whatever. But I'll let you all guys know. I'm going to be the beta tester on that, so I'm going to be testing it out. But yeah. I don't know if I'll be bringing out to next level DeFi students because that's like pretty advanced stuff. I don't know. I might make it like an advanced module or something that people can like, sign up for if they want. Because I'm not sure. I don't even know if I'm going to be doing this, because it seems a little like,
Yeah.
tricky. Yeah, put it this way.
And that's where most of my questions are like, what do you like? Which pairs do you go into? Like, really, how do you know which one's going to be the best option? Or it's like really a crapshoot. But I know you're looking at the annualized returns and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also looking like I wrote in the chat, I look in the real time at the price action fundamentals, kind of the news, the cycle, but mostly it's time, if you believe in the project, then you see the project kind of correlated, like you go in, for example, like Wall Glimmer, right? That's a good one. They're really correlated because they're kind of, two critical kind of pieces in the ecosystem, or like Stella Glimmer, Dot. Yeah, let me open up the farms while I'm at it. Hold on. So I'm not just
I was
like
looking at, I think it was Ether Glimmer.
Eat Glimmer. Yeah, that's fairly correlated. Yeah. I mean, these are all like blockchains on their own. So like the chance of them failing at almost zero, like Moonbeam and Ethereum, are definitely gonna be here during the bull market, right? So you could just kind of get in there and just hodl and yield farm until the bull comes back. That's kind of the basic strategy.
So Vadim, how did you come across StellaSwap and Moonbeam and all these? Like, I know you've been doing this for a gazillion years.
Yeah, well, I've been yield farming on many blockchains. Like I've done some yield farming on Ethereum, like on Uniswap. Then I went to Binance Smart Chain. Then like Avalanche, Solana, and they were all kind of like wonky, and not decentralized at all. Like as you can see, I don't know if you're following the whole like Solana FTX debacle, all that thing. Yeah. Lots of scammery going on in that space, and lots of these blockchains, they're like super fast but centralized, right? So I was kind of looking at what's like the up and coming blockchain that's also decentralized. So Moonbeam is like a parachain on Polkadot, right? And Polkadot, there are like rumors now that they've been working with SEC for the last 3 years, and it looks like they might be classified as like as not a security, which is a big thing in this space, Yeah, and Polkadot, like Moonbeam, it's a parachain that's connected straight to Polkadot. There's like sub chains, so to speak, like small parachains, right? Specialized. Yeah, and most of DeFi right now is on Ethereum, right? But it's super expensive to do DeFi on Ethereum. It's like $2-3 per transaction. Like when you do it on StellaSwap, you pay like what, like fraction of a penny, right? Yeah, like if you do that in Ethereum, that's like $2-3 each time. Yeah. So you'll be like burning through those fees real quick. So for like smaller, people do like smaller amounts who don't make like crazy money. They'll move like $100,000-$200,000, in liquidity. Like it's not really worth it for them, right? If you're paying $2-3 per transaction. So, and also Moonbeam is basically like an EVM compatible parachain. So they're designed to kind of transition all the Ethereum DeFi. So they're kind of like Ethereum compatible, right? So that's my thesis. I think and Moonbeam just launched like 8 months ago. That's why you're getting all these crazy yields, right? And also they're doing this Moonbeam Ignite campaign, which is they basically incentivize liquidity providers, right? So they're giving out like $4 million worth of Glimmer to farmers on StellaSwap. Yeah. And that was actually like a proposal that StellaSwap made. Then the Moonbeam Foundation gave him like this grant for like 12 million Glimmer, I think. And all of that is going out to the yield farmers, right? So I kind of timed my launch with that. Yeah. So, I mean, all these factors is why I chose Moonbeam and StellaSwap, because StellaSwap, I met the team actually, and I'm in the chat with the team, and I like what they're doing. I like how they're developing. They're well financed, you know, they're solid. They're going to be here definitely for the bull run. So that's kind of why I chose StellaSwap on Moonbeam, you know, and on Polkadot, right? So, because I think that ecosystem is going to do really well, like Dot, Glimmer, Stella, right? That's the 3 tokens of those 3 projects I'm talking about. And also Moonwell, which is kind of like the lending protocol, the main lending protocol. They're also participating in that. So that's the kind of the strategic ecosystem, right? Moonwell provides the lending services. StellaSwap is the main DEX, and Moonbeam is the parachain, Ethereum compatible parachain, right? And Dot is the main chain that does all the security for every parachain. And there's like already, I think, over 40 of them, and they all do all kinds of specialized things. But I mean, that's outside the scope of this course, you know. That's just they do like security trading, and you know, there's like parallel finance and Akala, which is like they're trying to do like a Polkadot stable coin. Like you probably seen AUSD. You've seen it on StellaSwap, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like they're going for like the sort of collateralized stable coin of Polkadot. And you know, they got hacked like I think half a year ago, but you know, they closed it off. They reimbursed everybody, and they're, you know, doing well. So that was a good test for them. Yeah. So, you know, that's kind of like my thesis, is that all these tokens are correlated, and when the bull comes back, like we're basically, you know, investing for yield at the bottom. So when it all comes back, then all these tokens are going to move up in tandem, right? Like correlated. What Richard was asking, like, you know, the correlation thing. I mean, calculating it, I mean, statistically, and there's no guarantee that the prices will do what in the future what they've done in the past, right? Like, what was that? Past performance is not guarantee of the future performance or something. So I'm not sure how valuable that would be, you know, in terms of like statistical calculation. Yeah. Sometimes it's a little bit an art rather than a science, right? That's what I think.
All right. Yeah. Is there like, let's say, you know, because you're so connected, let's say for whatever reason something better comes up than StellaSwap Moonbeam, and will you kind of let us know?
Yeah. Well, there's one project that is better, but they're waiting to launch until the bull market starts. Yeah.
Okay.
And I've been invested in them for like a year, more than a year. So I think a year and a half, but they haven't like launched their services yet. And they're also on Moonbeam. Yeah. So they're also going to launch on Moonbeam. Yeah. And when they do, I'm probably just going to release a free module and just, you know, let you guys have it. And you can kind of use both, you know, like it's better to be diversified, right?
Nice to have options,
yeah. But so far I haven't found anything better than StellaSwap. That's why I'm not recommending anything else, because, you know, it's my name, it's my face. I can't like, you know, like recommend something and then there's some kind of scam, and then people are like why'd you tell me this? Why'd you tell me to do this? This is crap, you know? Like, yeah, like all these people on FTX, they got taken. There's been FTX, like Celsius, Voyager, True Air Capital. There's been 5 Black Swan events in the past year in crypto, which is insane. Like, it's never been, you know, never happened before. None of this affects you guys though, so you shouldn't care at all. you got your keys in your own Trezor or MetaMask. You're doing, you know, yield farming on a decentralized exchange. That's kind of what the radio was saying about the exchanges, right? Well, like the centralized exchanges, you should only exchange your stuff and get it off of there right away. Like, yeah, it's like, yeah, good.
Another question, as long as no one minds. I actually have a ledger.
Okay.
I got into some XRP. And am I able to use that like as my Trezor?
Yeah. You can add same process like as you see in my lessons. When you go to like MetaMask, add hardware wallet, there's an option for Ledger. I just chosen to go with Trezor. I might add like a Ledger module later. I mean, personally, I prefer Trezor because they're open source and Ledger is not. So there's, you know, whenever something is not open source, there's all kinds of, you know, weird things in my opinion. So I prefer to go with things that are like fully transparent and open source, kind of like StellaSwap, Moonbeam, Trezor. If you notice, everything I recommend, except obviously Coinbase, you know, Like
Yeah.
you need a centralized exchange. It's like a public bathroom. I mean, you know, you go in, do your business, and go out, right? That's kind of the the logic there. You know, same way. Yeah, but other than that, everything I recommend is like open source. So anybody can like order it, see the code, see what's going on, right? With Ledger, they're kind of like they don't really share their code, right? So there's always like rumors. But then again, you know, a lot of people I know use Ledger, and it's fine for now, right? But I don't want to recommend it, and then like they have some kind of hack, some kind of leak, and people get scammed, right? And then the people are like, oh, Vadim, why'd you recommend Ledger? You know, look at this, look what happened. So I don't want to take responsibility for that. You know.
No, I only ask because, like I said,
Yeah, you could use it. Yeah.
XRP, that was their recommendation, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I know people who have Ledger and they're using StellaSwap and it's working. I mean, it works fine. Yeah, I don't have it in the course, so I can't really. I don't think it's that difficult. You just go to like add and just select Ledger instead of Trezor and just, you know, follow their prompts or whatever. Yeah, you can go on YouTube and just like, you know, type in like using Ledger with MetaMask, and there's a bunch of like videos, people walking you through exactly like step by step. I mean, I guess I could just pirate those if I want to, but you know, most people on YouTube don't care because they give it out for free. As long as you like put a link to their thing and like, oh, yeah, I got it from here. This is the guy. If you want the full video, like click here, you know. Yeah, not even that. Yeah, so you can use Ledger. Yeah, it's not a problem. It works for sure. No, definitely more secure than just MetaMask. You know?
Now I also have another issue. Remember I told you my phone crapped out on me and I had to get a new phone.
Yeah.
My Authy is not working.
What do you mean? On the new phone?
On the new phone. I've contacted Authy and they closed my case without really anything, really.
That's weird. Usually you just install Authy. You just, as long as like the same number, right? And as long as you have your like backup password, you should just restore all your Authy accounts. I mean, that's how it works.
Yeah, which it doesn't seem to be working because I want to try to reinstall it, you know, like delete the whole can I just delete the whole thing and just reinstall it?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, if you just do a new install, like your codes are going to be lost, you know, because they are encrypted on their servers. That's where they are. That's what they keep them. So you might have to like, you know, but what do you have it? What do you use it? Just Coinbase?
Yeah, just Coinbase. Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to, you know, kind of nuke it, you could always like try to contact Coinbase and tell them just take off 2FA, and they'll probably make you like go through, you know, verification and, you know, make sure it's you, not some hacker guy that's trying to like, oh, can you take off 2FA? I lost my phone. You know, obviously they're gonna just be like, oh, okay. No, they'll be like, who are you? You know, this and that. Yeah, so you could do that. You could just nuke it, just reinstall Authy and just, you know, scan it in again, do that. But that's kind of weird because I've transferred the Authy over multiple phones and like no problems. Do you have an iPhone or Android? What do you have?
iPhone. iPhone.
Okay. Yeah. I have an Android, so but it should work either way. I don't think it matters, you know. As long as you have your backup password and as long as it's the same phone number, because that's what they do.
Yeah.
Like they send you like an SMS to make sure it's the same phone number. And then you have to punch in and then it restores. Like I showed in the course. I have the backup restore.
Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch that again because I did.
I have it in
there. I got the SMS and I did everything.
Strange, yeah. I've done that process multiple times and it worked every time. I mean, it's simple. It's like basically you install it, then they send you the SMS to make sure it's the same device, and then basically they restore like the accounts and they encrypt it, and then you have to punch in your like backup password to decrypt it on the device. That's it. That's the whole process.
Okay, all right, okay, I see. Okay.
Yeah, that's how it works basically. Like they have no access to your code. Like it's stored encrypted with your backup password on Authy servers. So that's how it works. So they can't like you can't like contact them and say, oh, give me my codes, because they can't access them. It's encrypted with your password. And obviously you shouldn't give them your password, you know, for obvious reasons.
No.
They would never even ask you for that because they don't want any liability. They're like, no, we don't want to know anything. Like, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, if you have like serious issues, then yeah, you could contact them. And that's weird. Usually they're pretty good with support. They're not like Coinbase. But even Coinbase, like you're saying, they like opened up the ETH for you, because I remember you were saying that they closed your ticket and they didn't want to like give you like access to buy more ETH. What happened with that?
Oh, it was actually I had to log out and re-log in,
Oh, okay.
and that's
Yeah.
all it was. It
All
was
right. Oh,
yeah. I
just
didn't
so the
realize
limit
that.
got stuck, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, that happened to me a few times too. When I exceed my like daily limit or whatever, but then like it's like 11:51, then it's like 12:01, and it's still not there. So I would like
Correct. Yeah.
nuke the app, get back in, like bap, another 1,000, whatever per day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I waited, like it was like almost a week and it never changed. And then I just decided, okay, well, maybe I should just log in a different way.
Yeah.
And then I was able to do it. It was,
Yeah, this thing's a wonky, man. Like,
yeah,
you just have to kind of like jiggle with it.
you got to play around and
You
learn.
gotta play around. Yeah, this space is still new. I mean, especially like StellaSwap Moonbeam. They just launched 8 months ago. So that's all like brand new. This is they're still building like hardcore. Yeah. So is StellaSwap. I mean, it's changing all the time. That's why I'm constantly like, updating and optimizing, and I'm putting in the Binance modules probably like today. So, I mean, even though people don't seem to have a problem with Binance, it seems like everybody is like able to get in, set it up, no problem.
I don't think we can use it in Ontario.
Yeah, you can use it, but neither can I. I had to ask my friend to actually do the screen caps for the Binance thing. Like I can't access Binance. So like she did it, send me the videos, and I'm just, kind of like
Okay,
doing the editing, splicing, the annotations, all of that. So yeah, it's funny because I can't use it either, but I guess people need it, right? So because between Coinbase and Binance, that covers pretty much, I think, like 90% of like people. Either you can use Coinbase or you can use Binance. If you can't use one of those, Kraken is also a good option. Yeah, like Richard got issues with Coinbase, and he got on Kraken, and bam, like everything works fine. So I might actually have to do a module on Kraken, right?
Yeah, I was thinking about Kraken as well, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, which I can't use either because I'm in New York, so I can't use Kraken.
Oh, I don't know I don't know about Ontario. I haven't even looked into that actually.
Yeah, you can look at it. Kraken is great, man. I can't use it, but like all my friends that use it, they say it's awesome. It was actually, I think, the first exchange in US. Yeah. Not Coinbase or Gemini. I think Kraken were the first ones. Yeah. The guy that runs
fees
it.
are lower.
Right? Yeah. I know that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look at that actually. Yeah. I'd rather use the smaller rather than the larger.
Well, yeah. Well, like Brady says, maybe that health, or what is it called, Brady?
Wealth, yeah. Wealth simple. Yeah.
Well, simple. Yeah, maybe that's the best option for Ontario, because you sometimes like the local exchanges, they do a great job, right? Like in my case, I have no choice. I only have two choices, like Gemini or Coinbase. That's it. That's all New York allows, because we have that bit license thing. The only state in all of US that has this crap, this bit license thing. So you have to like get special license from New York State and city to like do crypto, and only Gemini and Coinbase has it. Well, there's one more, but they're like corporate, whatever, institutional. I can't remember what they're, AdBit or something like that. I remember I tried to get a account with them, and they're like just laughed in my face. They're like, ha, ha, ha. Like, well, what's your assets under management? Like, what do you mean? Like, is it like 10 million, 100 million? I'm like, what? No. They're like, ha, why are you calling here then? Like, go away. I'm like, all right, got it. I'm off to Coinbase. Peace out. Yeah, no, they made their point real clear. Like, no, unless you're like 10 million and up, don't open an account with us. Like, we're not that kind of thing. Yeah, institutional. But anyway, so how's the yield farm going? What farms you in?
I haven't done any of that yet.
None of that?
No.
You're working on the on-ramp?
Well, I've been having my issues with my phone and stuff like that. That's the
okay.
unfortunate thing, right? And that's kind of held me back.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to buy more coin. I was going to buy more Ether.
Yeah.
On Coinbase, and I can't do that right now.
Yeah. I guess so.
I'm kind of stuck right now, but
with the Alfie thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's strange, man. Like, but did you install Alfie on your notebook?
Yes.
So you could just use
I think
that.
I did it.
You could just use that while you get the phone ready. Yeah. That's why I kind of recommend it's like a backup.
Okay, maybe I didn't do it on my. No, I don't think I did it on my notebook.
Okay.
I figured it was, I had it on my phone, right? And then my phone crapped out on me.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like the backup option. Like I personally don't even have like one on my PC as well, to be honest, you know, because my phone just works, whatever. And I know how to like, you know, migrate to another phone if I need to. It's pretty easy. It's strange, that crap. But yeah, that could be a good like backup option, right? Because you could just use it on your computer.
Yeah,
It's like a little plugin, and you just open it. And then I think you can even, when you migrate, you can authenticate another device on your PC. So like, you know, if you like try to add it on the phone, you might like send display some kind of code on the PC version, and you type that code into your phone thing, and it just opens up. I think that's how it was, when I'm mistaken, like reverse kind of thing. Yeah. But in the beginning, I think they make you install the app on the phone first, and then connect the desktop version to the phone. Like they send you like a code to the phone, and you type in that code on the desktop version, and bam, it opens up. But I think it does it the other way, in reverse as well. Like if your phone craps out, then you get a code on your desktop you can, you know, punch in on the phone.
I wish that would be the case, but that, okay, yeah.
Yeah, like I think that makes sense. I think that's what they do. Yeah, but they'll sort you out. I mean, worst case scenario, just nuke it with Coinbase and just, you know, put in a fresh install, put in a new backup password, and just, you know,
and then start
do that.
refreshing.
Yeah, there's always that option. I mean, it's a crappy option, but you know, it's there.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, exactly. Because right now I'm kind of stuck.
Yeah. So yeah, that's like, you know, just get Coinbase to just nuke that off. Just be like, oh, you know, tell them I'm using Alti, and I got my phone crapped out. I got a new phone, and like it's not working. I can't migrate. So can you just like kill it? And they'll probably ask you to like, you know, confirm your identity or something like that, just to make sure it's you, and then they'll just take it off. Yeah, because I don't think they'll lock you out of your account forever. I mean, I doubt that. Just because the authenticator doesn't work. I mean, I know Binance did that also, when sometimes like, yeah, the whole people would lose, like they used to use Google Authenticator, right, instead of Authy, and that was just like there was no way to migrate it. Yeah, so if you like your phone is lost, you have to use like keys, basically, like strings of like text that you know, to like unlock once or twice, and then you like change it, scan it into the new one, and that's it. That's how it'd be done. That's why I stopped recommending that, and you know, Alfie fixed that, right? Because they store it in their server, so you could do the whole thing. Yeah, so yeah, I have to put that in the Binance modules, because they still recommend that Google Authenticator crap in their videos. Like it's still on there, and I'm like, oh no, like don't do that.
Yeah, but otherwise the course is great. I mean, it's easy to follow, and it's great that you can pause it anytime, rewatch.
Yeah, you have access to it as long as you need to. Yeah, and I made it so it's useful as a reference also, because sometimes you just forget like how to do one little thing, so you can just kind of go in there, go to that like, you know, module, go to that lesson, stop. Yeah. Well, it's like muscle memory, right? You have to. It's like driving a car. Like when you start, you still kind of, oh, like where's the stick? Where is this? Where's that? Eventually, it's like muscle memory. Just like, oh, okay, ba 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 ba. You feel comfortable. This is the same thing. It's a skill that's learned. You know, like for me already, I'm like super comfortable, so I'm just like, whatever. You know, I can cheese it. But like in the beginning, I tell people just do it the right way. Don't like, you know, skip steps, because they skip like a step somewhere, like a small step, and then bam, it doesn't work. You know, there's some kind of issue, and they're like, oh. Like the whole, you know, Brave wallet fix, right? Like, you know, you don't do that, and then bam, the bridging, you know, like gets wonky with, you know, with that, because apparently that Brave wallet somehow tries to like be the default wallet, and it you know, does something to MetaMask, you know, and then MetaMask doesn't activate properly when you bridge. You know, that's my theory anyway. Like that whole redeem button thing, I think that's what it is. I think it was glitching with the MetaMask. Because when you click on auto redeem, it's supposed to pop up MetaMask, right? But what I'm thinking is, on Brave, if you don't disable that Brave wallet, basically when you click the redeem button, it tries to call the Brave wallet, not MetaMask wallet.
Yeah, a default. Yeah.
Yeah, and Brave wallet is not working. So when you click on that button, keep clicking on it, it's not, you know, calling up MetaMask. And you're like, what the hell? It's not working. Obviously. Yeah. Have you tried actually with that fix in? To do the bridging?
Not yet. Like I said, everything's kind of like on hold right now because of my current issue.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a workaround. If anything, there's the manual redeem, which does work every time.
It worked perfectly.
Yeah. So I mean, in the beginning, I was gonna actually already screen capped like a whole lesson on how to use the original bridge, the portalbridge.com. You could use it for the whole thing. But the problem with that is that you need Glimmer to redeem, right? So if you don't have Glimmer on your MetaMask already, you can't redeem like that manually. That's the problem. See, but with StellaSwap bridge, they've done this auto relay thing where you redeem for free. Like that auto redeem button, you don't need Glimmer. It's like gas free, right? And that way, somebody who has no Glimmer can get on there and then use swap for gas to get Glimmer, right? To swap his USDC to Glimmer, which is also gas free. Like they built that tool just for that. See, that's called the Glimmer trap, because I used to send out Glimmer manually to everybody. And that's not really scalable, where there's like 1,000 people. Am I supposed to sit there, send out 1,000 Glimmer and 1,000 emails, like, or 10,000 or 100,000, like all I'll be doing, I'll be just sitting, which is okay. It's a good problem to have, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna be complaining if that happens,
Yeah, no kidding.
I'll hire people then to sit there and send out Glimmer, okay? Like, no problem. And send out emails, be like, all right, we have a problem, folks. 10,000 Glimmers to send out. All right. 1,000 for you, 1,000 for you, 1,000 for you, 1,000 for me. Like, no. But, like that was the whole point of this pilot, is to get all these kinks out and to make it scalable, right? And that's why I added the swap for gas thing. That's why, I went with the StellaSwap bridge instead of the Portal bridge, because they do this whole automation. It's okay. I'd rather they kind of work out these technical kinks, which do work, eventually. Because they were testing on Chrome also in the beginning, not Brave. And this guy was telling me, oh, it's the same thing. It's browser agnostic. I'm like, well, why don't you try it on Brave? And then you tell me if it's browser agnostic. Yeah, he tried it on Brave, got all these errors. I'm like, yeah, as I was saying. Like, so now they're testing on Chrome and Brave. Like, yeah. It's like, what the hell, man? We don't want to use Chrome. Like, why would, like, oh, just use Chrome? Like, no, I'm not using Chrome. I'm not linking my MetaMask to freaking Google. Like, it's just not happening. Like, sorry, I'm using Brave, and all my students are gonna use Brave. Screw your, like, whatever, because Chrome is Google, all right? Google is evil. Like, they're not open source at all. Like, they're as closed source as it gets. I mean, these people, they want to give access to anybody for anything, right? And Brave, at least, they're like a crypto first browser. They have ad blocking in, like they're kind of like a crypto oriented browser. Right, that you can like select different search engines like DuckDuckGo instead of like using Google. Although, to be fair, Google sometimes is better at searching. I do use them sometimes when I can't find something like a DuckDuckGo. I'm like, oh, crap, I have to use Google now. Like, shit. But you do what you got to do, right? Yeah. So yeah, I hope you figure it out. But with the
I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know. But yeah, one way or another, you're gonna get it fixed, either through nuking that 2FA or try to migrate again. Try to go through the process again. Like uninstall the app from the new phone, reinstall it, do the SMS, try the password again. But so where does it get stuck? Do you actually like restore, but then the password doesn't work, or where does it get like wonky?
Like I think I have it all set up. So I'll show you. That's where I'm at right now, which it looks like it's set up.
Oh. Yeah, it's encrypted. You have to decrypt it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just click on that and just punch in your password.
What if I don't remember my password?
See, no, so that's not an Alti problem. That is your problem.
Well, I tried what I thought.
See, now that's not Alti's fault.
Okay,
that would be your fault.
All right. Well, first of all, I didn't know
need the password. The backup password is very important. You need to remember it. They even make you put it in like every couple of weeks just to make sure you remember it. Yeah.
Oh, really? Did I have to set up a backward password when we first set it up, or was that an option?
No, you do have to set it up. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, yeah. Once you add the first account, you can't even add the first account without setting up the backup password. Yeah. Okay. So it's not an optional thing. It's a required thing. Like, you literally will not be able to use it unless you set up a backup password. Like,
so if I hit forget password,
Yeah, see, like that's you could probably get that solved with them, but
All
yeah.
right, okay.
So it restored perfectly, fine. Like it worked.
Okay.
The process worked. You just can't decrypt it because you forgot your password.
I
Right?
haven't tried the decrypting part. That was part of
Yeah,
what
so you
I
can try it
guess
now. Oh, you remember the password?
I well here actually I've actually put forgot password. So I'm gonna go through this process.
Yeah. No, you can just press on the encrypted accounts and they'll ask you for the password. And then if you
Yes.
put it in, they'll decrypt it and it'll work fine. It'll work fine. So you don't need to do anything. Yeah. Try it now if you remember the password. Yeah, it should ask you for one.
It worked.
There you go. See, problem solved.
Thank you.
No problem. See, I'm glad to help. Yeah, no,
and,
Alti is solid, man. They're rock solid. Like I have not had issues with them. Like they're, like I recommend things which are like solid things. I'm hesitant to recommend, other things because I have no control over that. So I can only depend on the company and on the reputation and how they are. So like Google Authenticator. Like, good luck, get in touch with Google to solve anything there. Like, nope. Like, that would be your problem. Like, they'd be like, hey, listen, it's too bad. Yeah, it is what it is. Alti, though, they're pretty good. Yeah. See? So now you're
thank
good
you.
to go.
I feel like an idiot, but thank you.
Oh, that's all right. Like, it's once you get into space, there's so many little details that you can't, like, keep track of them all, Like, I would suggest you get this app called Todoist, right? And basically set up some kind of mnemonic and you can make like a personal project and you can put tasks in there with like, so you can put a task like say Coinbase and then you can put a comment to it and put in like a reminder of the password and login and all this stuff, and you can actually put 2FA on the Todoist app. Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. Like, so I recommend it because I have all my stuff, Todoist, like, and it's protected out the wazoo. I mean, I got 2FA on it as well, like all of it. Like, yeah.
There's a lot to remember. Yeah.
A lot. Yeah. You will not be able to remember all of it. I'm telling you right now, there's going to be so many passwords, so many like addresses. And if you try to memorize it, you're going to fail. Like, I'm just telling you right now, unless you have like Jason Bourne memory or something like that. Like you already have like a perfect recall or, one of those crazy people that can like remember things like, for 5 years or something, like perfect recall, photographic memory. Unless you're one of those people, you don't need it, right? But I'm pretty sure you're not.
Nope.
I'm not either. So yeah, if I wouldn't have like everything recorded, I would get lost a long time ago. And then a lot of people, they start doing what? They forget. So they use the forget password options. They start resetting. So they're creating just more useless work for themselves, right? Which is, why would you want to do that? Especially with crypto. Like it's very precise.
Exactly,
like if you mess up like one letter in an address or one number in an address and you send your crypto to that address, it's gone. You can wait bye-bye to that, bye-bye. Like it's gone. It's like cash, like if you meet some guy in the street, you just give him your cash. Like you don't even know the guy, you just give him the cash and then he goes. Like what are your chances you think of getting that cash back?
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah.
Zero. That's what crypto is. It's like cash, electronic cash, like real, electronic cash on a transparent blockchain. Yeah. So if you send it to the wrong wallet or the wrong network, bye-bye. Like it's gone. And then because people still think it's like there's like customer support or like tellers like in the bank or customer service that you can call. There is customer service, obviously, next level DeFi. That's why that's why I charge money for this because you get service. In crypto, there's no customer service, unfortunately. Like you have to you are the bank basically. You do control your own funds. That's the plus side, and there is a downside to that you're responsible, right, for everything.
Yeah. Well, the Telegraph is really good to have too. Just as that level of support.
Yeah. I try to answer all the questions and make people feel comfortable. The Q&As. Plus, there's the help desk in in the course. If you see on the bottom right corner, there's like a help desk button. So you can also open a ticket. Like I made a help desk in Kartra. So if people need like help, but usually I mean, most problems are easily solved. If you follow the course, you should not have any issues. I mean,
No.
it's all pretty. If it's a technical issue, you can ask in the, and there's also the StellaSwap Discord on top of that. The support, you know, yeah. Now that I've put all the coordinates for like issues into the course, now I see people like more in the Discord of StellaSwap Discord, like, you know, asking them about the bridging issues and all of that.
Oh, okay.
Because I saw somebody like ask them for a bridging issue, and they're like, "Oh, try to, you know, the manual redeem." And somebody was like, "Oh, great, it worked." See, so that was awesome to see. I was like, "All right," because they used to ask in the Telegram, and I would kind of be asking, you know, in the support anyway. So it's kind of like a roundabout process. You might as well just go straight into the StellaSwap support, and they'll just tell you right away, you know,
Mhm.
or just scroll up on the chat, you know, that works too. There's all these messages, you know, I'm gonna keep them. Yeah. That's also why I kind of decided to keep Telegram going, and just all the new students, like when I do more marketing sales, I'm just gonna point them to the same Telegram. So this way there's gonna be like veterans in the Telegram chat, and plus all the messages from before that they can just scroll up and see all the issues basically in the chat. Because it's the same issues that everybody's having, right? I mean, either like bridge is wonky, you know, you do this and that, right? Or, you know, like you don't know where to go or what to do. It's all like kind of solved. Yeah.
So if I was to recommend your course to somebody that I know, I mean, I can't guarantee they're going to go on or not. What would I do?
What do you mean? Well, I haven't opened it up yet for sales because I want to like finish everything.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
like, you
Okay.
know, I wasn't lying when I said it, like it's not going to be available for sale, you know, for a while. And yeah, like I took it off literally on the 12th at 11:59. It was gone. Yeah, and I'm still like optimizing it. I got one last piece that I have to do Binance. Yeah, and then I'm gonna probably prepare for like another launch. But this one is not gonna be pilot anymore though. So the price is not gonna be $5.97. You guys got the cheapest price ever. I think that price is gone. Like the next one is gonna be $7.97. You know, $200 more because I already added the Binance modules. Well, I will add today. I added the swap for gas. You know, and I added like advanced LP plus all the optimizations like text. Now
It's still a good price.
yeah. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to rip people off. You know, I want to charge like the price that's, you know, equal to the value that I provide. And I think with the course and Telegram and the Q&As, I think, you know, it's worth it, right? $800 for all of that. Like maybe the course by itself, I don't know, but I think the course plus the support, the individualized support that we give, you know, I think it's worth it. Yeah. So yeah, so once this opens up, you know, I might actually even do like an affiliate thing for like only for students. So I can give you guys like an affiliate link, and you can give it to you know, your friend, and like if he buys, you get like 20% of whatever, you know, he pays, which is what, like $200 or something, 25%. Yeah, because I think it makes sense. You know, I want to share the wealth, right, and kind of incentivize people to also sell, and that could be a good way for people to make money to put into
Well,
StellaSwap.
it's also like you said, there's so much out there that you don't know what you can trust and what you can't.
Yeah. There's a
So-
lot of scammers out there, man. Lots of stuff going on. Like if you follow the news, it's like a circus out there, man. Like and people are so trusting. Like I can't believe people trusted FTX. Like that guy looked like a total scammer. There's this like Sam Bankman-Fried, you know, and like they just kept their money in the exchanges. I don't get it, man. Like I don't even trust Coinbase, you know, even though I know I'm just being paranoid. Coinbase is super solid. They're a publicly traded company, you know, like Brian Armstrong is a great guy. I mean, you know, I follow his podcast. Like that guy is legit, you know, crypto like OG. He's not like SBF. That guy came from like a trading firm, just trying to get money. That's it. He was just like a mercenary, just out there to get money. And right away, I was like, I don't trust that guy. You know, I would not put my money in his exchange. Like, you know, and I was right. It turned out to be a total scam, you know. Yeah, it's great advertising for my course, though. You know, I'm like, look at FTX. Yeah, you want that to happen to your money? Well, you know, because people are lazy, man. They don't want to do the work, right? To control your own keys and to do your own yield farming. They just want to give money to some guy on a nice, flashy looking website and just have that guy give him yield, right? And not worry about all these things like Alti and Trezors and ledgers and whatnot, right? That's what they want. But I'm sorry, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
There's no fairy tale, you know. It's either you control your own money and nobody can steal it from you, like, period, or you trust others. right? Which doesn't turn out too well most of the time, like in this industry. Yeah.
Mutual funds being one.
Yeah, all of them,
Yeah.
man. I don't trust any of them. I'm not talking about just the crypto, like everybody, hedge funds, mutual funds, like all this, even 401ks, man. Like the stock market just got like, bombed like crazy. People are like, oh, crypto is so volatile, it's so risky. Well, I don't know. Bitcoin is actually looking way less risky than those stocks nowadays. So like that whole argument kind of sunk. That didn't age well. I'm like, really? With that 80% drawdown on stocks, Bitcoin only went down like, I don't know, like, last year, maybe like 20-30%, I mean, yeah, it was like at 69K at some point, but that was just like crazy Ponzi type of like euphoria. That was the top of the bull. Yeah, I think the next bull it might go up to 100K. Some people are calling it for like, this Katie Woods. I don't know if you know what that is, like the ARK fund, whatever, like head of an ARK fund. She's talking about $1 million Bitcoin in like, by 2030. That's what she's talking about. I don't know if I'm that bullish. That's like crazy. But then again, who the hell knows, right? Like if it gets adopted by a couple of more countries, right, as the reserve currency, yeah, why not? Yeah, so I'll let you guys know. I'll probably roll out like a whole affiliate program just for the students, but I haven't got around to it because I'm just too busy like fixing the course, like fixing it up, tuning it up, adding new things so I can scale up. Because the way I do it now, with sending out Glimmer and like and like giving out the YouTube links to Binance, I mean that's not good. Like that's how that's not too professional. So. And yeah, so I've kind of figured, I'm like, damn it, I have to do Binance modules. I have no choice. I have to. It has to be done because people are gonna be complaining. They'll be like, what the hell, man? Like I can't use Coinbase. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to use Binance? Like, oh, here's a YouTube video. For $800, that's not really the level of service they're looking for, right? So I'm like, okay, fine. I'll get that done. Yeah. So I haven't marketed this thing at all, man. Like none. Like all we did was just launch this Professor Spira to the MDH community, and that's it. Like, and then after that, I was just like kind of supporting you guys, running the pilot, like putting in the text, fixing, adding new features, this, that, that's kind of like the optimization phase. It's like first phase is the launch phase, then second one is the optimization phase, and third one is scale. That's when you start like hardcore marketing, like affiliates and joint ventures and other things and like paid ads. Yeah, so I might be start the process to interview some people on Upwork, might be hiring some freelancers to help me out, with marketing, because I'm not a marketing expert. Like I'm a crypto expert, but I'm not a marketing expert like Google. There's so much too. There's like Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Twitter, TikTok, like Jesus, so much stuff. Like
yeah,
that's a whole other course in itself, man. But it's all right. That's the next phase. I'm gonna have to learn all of that too. Like I learned course creation and course editing and voiceovers and scripting and editing and Camtasia and all this stuff. Man, just the learning never stops, right? But anyway, yeah. So I'll let you know. I'll let you guys know when I roll it out. I'll probably do like an email. I'll send out an email and but so far it's like kind of down on the list of things to do. Yeah. Because I think it makes sense because like it's the best marketing is when people go through the course and they like it and they see that it works, right? And then they tell their friend, like, yeah, I can guarantee it works because I've done it. Not because like somebody told me or somebody like marketed to me, right? Because I've done it and it works. So now I can guarantee that it does work. And
yeah, because I've told people, I'm doing this course and they like I can't teach them. There's no way I'd even try to.
Yeah.
And basically I've said, I could find out when the next course is kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. It's nice to have a community to talk to and share. And
yeah, well, I'm gonna be growing this community too. Until like
exactly.
This is just the beginning. This is like the very beginning, like the pilot. But the pilot phase is almost over, like as you can see. And you can see the course changing, right? As I keep editing. Like it gets slicker, there's more text, more directions, more. I kind of try to foresee the issues that people have and like make sure they don't skip it. Like for example, like Tiffany pointed out that she didn't get ETH, right? And she kind of skipped that step. And I was like, okay, how do I do that? So I put an action assignment at the end of the module that says, please make sure you have ETH for gas. And if you don't, go back and do it. And then for that wallet fit, the Brave wallet fix, I did the same thing. I put like an action assignment in the module. I'm like, please go back to the Brave browser setup lesson and make sure that fix is in before you move on to the bridging, right? So like now people like, if they skip it, that's okay. They'll see the action assignment. They'll be like, oh, okay. Bam. They go back, they do it, right? So you guys are kind of helping me tune the course as well, like with your feedback. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see the action assignment, and I was like, "Oh, I have to read."
yeah. That's another thing actually put in, because people just watch the videos and they think, oh, the text is like useless. Like no, but actually the text has the most updated instructions for the video.
Yeah, now I know. So now I'm
Yeah.
like going now as I'm going through, I'm like trying to remember to read everything.
Yeah, because it's really tough for me to fix the video, because the video you have to reshoot, you have to re-edit, you have to do the voiceover, right? That's like, that takes time. But the text is really easy because you just go in there, update description, and hit the save button. That takes like 20 seconds, right? So like, yeah, so it's much easier for me to update the text with all the like most recent stuff, all the most recent fixes that you guys found, you know, all the issues. Yeah, so that's kind of why text, but it's okay. I put notice now in the welcome description to please read all text. Like, I'm like, you know, I'm like, please watch all of the videos and then read all the text. You don't have to like even go fast, just go slow, but make sure you read it. Because the text has like the smart contract addresses that you would need. I try to make it easy for you guys, so you don't have to like click and, you know, like look for it. Like the ETH thing when you told me, I put that ETH smart contract address right into the lesson description. Like you don't even need to go anywhere. You can just copy and paste it straight from there into your MetaMask, which is way easier than, you know, trying to go to like StellaSwap, analytics, you know, click on ETH and find the address, right? Instead, all you have to do is right there in the text. You just copy it, paste it, done, move on, you know? Yeah, eventually this course is going to be like super slick. Everything is going to be like ironed out. I think it's already like almost 99% ironed out. Like the Binance thing is, I think, the last one. Maybe I'll add Binance, Kraken, and Ledger. I think those three things are like, you know, that would make it fully complete. Yeah, because a lot of people do want ledgers, I guess. Well, it's a good device. I mean, I personally think it's a little too complicated with their app and all that. I mean, I like Trezor interface better. It's easier. It's more like straightforward. I like straightforward things. I don't like fancy things, because the more fancy something is, the more of a chance it's gonna break. That's my experience, you know. When something is like complex, it breaks down, and then it's like really tough to troubleshoot. You know, you're like, oh, click that button and this button. See, on the Trezor, there's only like 2 buttons, right? And that's it, and one little screen, and you don't even need the app, like period. You know, you don't even have to install the app with Trezor actually to use it with MetaMask. Like the MetaMask can connect directly to the Trezor, you know. But there can people, you know, install the app anyway, in case like they need drivers or whatever.
I've got a question about the Trezor. I've got one Trezor wallet now, and I went through that extra module you put up there, and I migrated everything from I sent everything from MetaMask, so it's now, you know, on the Trezor. So I have to have that attached to the computer if I want to see anything. My balance is through MetaMask.
No, you don't need it attached to the computer if you want to see it. You just you need it to sign transactions, so you can still see things without it being connected.
Okay, and then signing transactions, basically you have to press the button 5 times, right? Like confirm every time you do something, basically.
Yeah. That's
now. My question is about, like, I've got one wallet right now, one Trezor. If it's lost or stolen, or, you know, or if it's not working or something, the screen cracks, I don't know. Does it make sense to have two of them and just have one that you don't use, and then if something happens, you don't have to wait a week and get another one? Or
yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
Is that the best way to restore? Like, if something does happen to the wallet, like, is there any other way to restore it without another one of them?
Well, I mean, you could export like private keys and all that, but usually people just get another Trezor and just, you know, like restore it with the seed phrase from the old one, and that's it. And we'll just restore everything exactly as it was.
Because I think you did mention it in one of these chats that you do have like another Trezor that you've never used or whatever, but you have an extra one, right?
Yeah, I got an extra one. Yeah, I actually used it for the lessons, you know. So I just had it. Yeah, but it's a good option. Actually, have both of them are kind of separate. Yeah, so that's not a backup one.
So like
Yeah.
I'm just wondering worst case scenario, like what the best way to be prepared is if something like that were to happen. And
You
not,
could yeah,
and
you could
not
just
have to-
you could just order one like up front, like a cheap one or whatever, whichever one you have, and just like keep it sealed up, like somewhere in your room or something. Yeah, you could do that. Just order another one and just have it on standby. If something happens to this Trezor that you have, I mean, I'm not sure what could happen. I mean, I've had this for like these Trezors that I have. I think I have them for like 7 years or something. They never break.
you've pressed that button thousands of times and
Yeah, yeah,
no,
they're pretty sturdy, man. They're like they're built.
yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
just wondering, just out of
yeah. I mean, and I've dropped them, and they're fine. They're super light. Like I mean, but I have the simple one. I have the Trezor one.
yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah, yeah. Those things are like pretty sturdy, man. Like to break them, you have to like hit them with a hammer or something. Or like drive over it with a car or something like that. That would break it.
But
But
if
other than
that
that,
happened though, you have to order another one in order to fix,
I'm
get back
not.
online, right?
Yeah, there are ways to extract it, like to not like a private key or something. But I've never really looked into it. I just would get another Trezor. Like it's not a problem.
Well, that's the answer, I guess. Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Just get another one. Yeah, and just restore it quickly. Yeah. If you want to do it like instantly, you could just have, one that's like sealed, in your house.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just if something happens to that one, just, unseal the new one, pop in your seed phrase in there, bam, all good to go. You would have to add the wallets again, I guess. Well, no, it would still work. Yeah. If it's same seed, yeah. You wouldn't. Yeah, you would. I'm thinking about a different computer. Yeah. Never mind. Yeah. If it's all added, then yeah, you just need to restore it, plug it in, and it should work exactly the same. Like update the firmware, and bam, off you go.
And what if one day Trezor was not in business anymore? What would happen?
Trezor is not in business. Well, I doubt. Well, it's all open source, so I gotta like research it. But there are ways you can extract your private keys from that. From the seed phrase. Yeah, and use it like that, and you can add the private keys directly to like MetaMask. Yeah.
So that's nothing to really worry about, basically.
I don't think Trezor is going out of business anytime soon. I mean, after that FTX thing, I think their sales went up like 300% within a
Yeah.
week. So they're doing pretty well, and everything they do is open source. So if they go out of business, there's going to be another company that would just make the same like Trezor, next week, right? It wouldn't be called Trezor; it would be called like whatever, next Zor, but it would be the same thing. It would still be compatible with that,
Right.
seed phrase. Yeah. So like even if they go out of business, that's no big deal. It's fine. Like all their stuff is available. It's all open source. I mean, yeah, their like brand name is obviously licensed and all that in terms of marketing, but the tech that they use is all open source. So anybody could just use it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you can do some research and find out how you can extract the private keys from a Trezor.
Yeah.
If you
Again,
want to do that, yeah. Or you can store private keys. I think you can extract private key through like MetaMask. So, I haven't like looked into it, but yeah, I don't think it's that difficult.
if you're not worried about it, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. That's why I like open source projects, because
Yeah, that's what makes sense.
yeah,
Like
that's
Ledger,
that's the whole
Ledger
point.
is a little different in that it's
Yeah.
all proprietary, right?
Exactly. Yeah. If Ledger goes out of business, that's a problem. That's a real problem, because like all their stuff is closed, and there's no guarantee that somebody can like buy them up in bankruptcy and use their tech, right? That's not guaranteed. With Trezor though, it's open, yeah, whatever. It's open source, so anybody could just use it. You can probably make like a Kickstarter project, like like a common Trezor or something like that. Yeah, obviously nobody's doing that because Trezor is doing a great job. I mean, why would you want to?
Well,
There.
one other quick question. You mentioned the Brian Armstrong podcast. Is there any other like podcasts that you recommend or you listen to? Like,
Bankless mostly. Yeah, I like Bankless. They're like the top podcast. Yeah, I mean they're like Ethereum maxis, but they do a good job covering all the latest tech. They got all the like cool guests on there. They had like guys from A16Z and you know, okay, like what's this? The 4 hour work we got. Tim Ferriss, yeah, Tim Ferriss was on there. Actually, it's funny. SBF was on their podcast twice. The Sam Bankman-Fried.
Uh,
Yeah,
not that
people.
good.
Yeah, as soon as I heard him talk, I was like, that guy's a scammer. I did not like him. You know, like he was always stumbling and stammering and oh this and that. What a scammer. Yeah, but the mainstream media are, eating it up. They're giving him a little redemption story arc, Oh, I didn't know, I wasn't counting the liabilities. Yeah, right, guy. You stole money. What are you talking about? You you should go to jail like tomorrow. Yeah. But he donated lots of money to Democrats and Republicans, so he'll probably walk.
Mhm.
That's how it works. Rich people don't go to jail, right? Especially ones with political connections.
I guess if you have the right friends, I guess you're
Yeah,
okay.
that's what it's all about, man. Meanwhile, Alexei Pertsov, one of the developers for Tornado Cash, is still in jail with no charges for 3 months already in Netherlands. Isn't that great? And he's going to sit in jail for another 3 months. Once again, no charges, no crime committed, didn't rob anybody, just wrote open source code. He's in jail. This guy stole $16 billion from customer deposits, and he's chilling in Bahamas in his like $20 million mansion, with his parents. Yeah, real fair, huh? In his situation, crime does pay, right?
Well, you gotta wonder because his whole thing was how he lives a simple life and drives a very
Yeah,
basic
right.
car, and yeah, that's when you know to run.
Yeah, that was all for show. Because the guy gave himself $1 billion loan, okay, and he bought like $190 million worth of real estate in Bahamas, all oceanfront real like villas. So
The
yeah,
simple life, right?
simple life, just 200 mil of real estate, on $1 billion cash loan. That's all. Simple life, right? Driving a Corolla. That guy could have been driving a diamond plated Bugatti Veyron, okay? Like with the money that he stole. Like probably 10 of them. Whatever. I don't know, man. I don't know how that guy's not scared. I mean, he robbed like million people, of their funds. I mean, and a lot of those people are like really angry, so if he walks, like he have to live this whole life just looking over his shoulder. So I don't know. I wouldn't be in his place, put it this way. Like lots of hate towards him. That's why you don't trust scammers with your money. Not your keys, not your crypto. As those people learned the hard way. Yeah, it's too bad they have to learn. I mean, everybody kept telling them. All the Bitcoin maxis were like telling them for decades, like control your keys. They're like, no, it's okay. We trust the banks. Yeah, especially FTX. They weren't even like US regulated company. They were like headquartered in Bahamas. So I don't know what those people were thinking. Trusting a Bahama headquartered exchange. Yeah.
It's all perception, right? I mean,
Yeah.
all the big stars backing them up. They had the Super Bowl commercial.
And they bought the Staples like center. It was the
Miami,
Staples. Yeah, Miami. The Staples Center was renamed to FTX. So I mean, that guy bought a lot of PR, and they're still doing PR for him. Like New York Times writing like fluff pieces on him. Like, oh, his exchange collapsed, and now he can't complete his philanthropical aspirations. And some guy on Twitter like fixed it up. He's like, instead of collapse, he wrote like, went broke, went bankrupt because he stole funds. Now he can't fulfill his obligations to customers. Yeah, man. Twitter is doing great though, man. You guys should get on there if you're not. All the crypto stuff is on there. Musk is opening everything up. No more censorship on there. Yeah, it's wild. Like, I'm hoping Elon Musk survives his little adventure, unless that's also like a psyop or something. But whatever, yeah, that's not. That's a whole different conversation. Yeah. But anyway, well, it's a productive meeting. See, we resolved an alti problem. Got some troubleshooting done. Very nice. I guess maybe my lesson wasn't clear on restoring from backup, but glad it worked out for Johnny. So Brady, so yeah, I see. Well, simple works. Very nice. So what's
Yeah,
the
like
deal? I
as
don't
you were
get it.
talking, I just went through like the entire course process and like put it into the farms and everything.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah,
So,
it works.
so I don't get it. So basically, well, simple is licensed for USDC, but Coinbase is not. Is that what it
Right,
is? What?
right.
That makes no sense. I mean, I don't get it.
I have
'Cause-
to check USDC on Coinbase, but if Johnny's right, then yeah, we can't use it on Coinbase, but I can use it on Wealthsimple because I just did it. So
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna be doing a module on well simple. I mean, just for
right,
Ontario. Like,
right.
we'll have to put like maybe a note for like Ontario residents, use well simple, maybe to give their website or something
Yeah, you
in
can
the
do that,
course.
but I'm
Yeah.
trying to get out of Ontario, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's a good call right there, man. Canada is tough, and Ontario, I heard, is the worst, right? Of all the provinces, they're like super. It's kind of
Yeah,
like
well,
the New
there's like
York, right?
tons of people right now that live in Ontario that are moving to like other places in Canada or Mexico. Like there's like Mexico and like Calgary,
All
and
right.
Calgary, the real estate is like extremely cheap right now. So a
Okay.
lot of people are like, you can literally get, um, like a loft or something there. And here it would probably cost you in Toronto, like maybe two and a half or $3,000 or something per month. And there
Oh,
it would be like 800, $900 a
what?
month. And it's like 10 times nicer than anything here. So there's a
I,
lot of people just buying up stuff there. So
yeah, so
they can use Binance in Alberta and British Columbia and anywhere else in Canada.
that
So,
makes sense. Why would you want to be somewhere it's more expensive, more regulations, right? Where you could be where it's like cheaper and you
right,
can use like Binance and
exactly.
yeah, because my Binance modules, man, are gonna be real short. I mean, there's no bridging. It's just you just buy Glimmer and send it to MetaMask. That's it.
Right.
That's the whole process. That's all you have to do. Like same thing with an off ramp. You just send Glimmer to Binance, exchange to dollars, and send to your bank account. That's it. That's the whole process. Like it's super simple, right? And it could be this simple in US as well if they didn't, like restrict Glimmer. like, even Kraken, you can't buy Glimmer unless you're foreign, unless you're outside of US. So like Kraken has Glimmer, but if you're a US citizen, you just can't buy it. They just restrict it, and that's it. Yeah.
But Vadim, I was going to ask you a question because Brady, I looked at Wealth Simple and I started to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I just don't like to have to give all that information that they ask, like
Yeah.
my social insurance number, like they know everything about me,
Yeah.
and that's why
KYC.
that's why Coinbase was better. They didn't ask for any stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but see, they didn't ask for much stuff, but they can't like sell USDC to you. See, or their limits are
Then
low, right?
honestly, then I'd rather pay the extra fee,
Yeah.
really.
All right. Yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah, and I appreciate the Wealth Simple, but I noticed that with some other of these exchanges where
yeah.
like they ask you for like even they want a copy of my driver's license, and I clicked off. No way, forget that. No
Yeah,
time.
yeah. See,
Wednesday is
these exchanges,
fine.
they have to kind of, like find that balance, right? Like if they ask for a lot, then I guess the local kind of whatever province officials allow them to do more, right? But if they don't want to ask for a lot, then they restrict them, like, in terms of Coinbase, right? Because Coinbase, they're not really invasive. They're semi-invasive. Like for example, Binance asks for a lot of stuff. I know, like, but
Yeah, I think I
but they're using tech though, like, which is what I like. They're using face recognition. They encrypt it, so Binance makes the effort to kind of ask a lot, but at the same time encrypt their information, right? So it's only like, for like automated algorithms, not like some guy sitting there who can just like jack your, driver's license copy, right? Which is
Well,
not
that's
ideal.
what I was saying earlier. It's like it's pretty regulated, and there's some things that I don't like about it, but I know that it's basically like a regular bank. Like that's how they're functioning. So it's like there's like investment platform in there, there's crypto, and I kind of just get it in and get it out, and like the bank has all my all my information right now, so I'm still with the bank. So that was my sort of logic behind it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, as long as they're like heavily regulated, they're not gonna steal your information. They won't steal your money, right? Like FTX was not regulated at all. It was just like a shit show,
Right.
It was like Friedman's personal piggy bank, and that's what happened. right? That's kind of like the argument in crypto right now, is that there can't be something in between. It has to be either completely centralized and like heavily regulated, right? On one side, that's centralized, or it has to be DeFi like StellaSwap and Moonbeam and completely unregulated, like nothing. Because once you get out to DeFi, it's all good. All you need is your MetaMask wallet. That's it. Nobody's asking for even your email, your name, your phone number. Nobody cares. Like nobody cares. they just connect your MetaMask to this site, and that's it. 2 clicks, done. And that's all they need, you know? And that's how you unlock everything. So I think that's where it's all going. It's kind of polarizing, you know, because all this like CeFi, we call them, like centralized and DeFi, CeFi, all the CeFi options, you see what's happening. They're all like, you know, robbing customer deposits. You know, they're like loaning money out to their buddy trading firms, like in case of FTX, you know, or minting their scam tokens like FTT, you know, and then using that as the collateral to get money from banks. And then the collateral goes down, and, you know, that's kind of the problem. Yeah, so, you know, you have to kind of pick your battles, right? Like in my case, I can only use Coinbase or Gemini, and Gemini is even worse. So it's like, you know, bad or worse options for me. So I'm using Coinbase, and they're pretty good, you know. I got
No,
like
Brady, I really appreciate, you know, you mentioning, at least I know I have another option, right?
yeah. So you have an option. If anything, you can always kind of submit your documentation and, you know, give up your privacy a little bit, but, you know, get more options, right? In terms of buying crypto as a result. Because, you know, maybe if you want to put in more, and then Coinbase, like, you know, limits you to like $300 a week, well, you're kind of, you know, shit out of luck on that one. So you're going to have to kind of, you know, go work with the simple, you know, people, and be like, you know, what do you want? Here is, you know, you do what you got to do, right? Same as me, you know, I had to give my driver's license copy to Coinbase, you know, so I've done it. And, you know, but I trust Coinbase though. I'm like, they're not going to misuse my information. They're heavily regulated, like really heavily. I mean, they have the BIT license, you know, and they're regulated by the New York Department of Finance, which is like super strict. Yeah, so there's gonna be no FTX kind of shenanigans going on over there. That's for sure. Yeah, like they have to like do audits. You know, the FTX people, they had auditors, they had an office in Metaverse. Enough said there, you know. Like if your accounting firm has an office, their only office in the Metaverse, you know, yeah, like they could have gotten anyone of the big four, right? Like Deloitte, PricewaterhouseCoopers, you know, there's plenty of options for it, that kind of thing. But they didn't, you know. Yeah, that's why audits are important. Like Kraken, for example, they actually did voluntary proof of reserves before it was even like a thing. You know, that guy Jesse Powell, like he was actually on Bankless also. I think like a week ago. Yeah, and they were talking with him about the whole FTX situation and going forward, like, because all these exchanges now, like the customers are scared, man. Like, you know, they don't want to keep their funds in exchanges anymore. They're like, damn, like what if they're gonna, you know, jack my crypto next, right? Like what if, you know, and you can't do anything now, like with this FTX thing. Yeah, before that it was a Canadian exchange. It was like Quadriga or something, right? Quadriga effects. Yeah, you can check out a documentary on Netflix about that. Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but you can Google it. It's about this guy, and he basically like disappeared, and he claims to have died, and they can't find and he was the only one who had the private keys to all the customers' deposits on that Canadian exchange. Quadriga effects. Yeah, it was crazy. It's like $350 million worth of crypto, and they can't like get into it. And, you know, people suspect that he didn't die. He just, you know, disappeared and just faked his own death, you know, but nobody can prove it. It's, you know, yeah, well, I personally, after watching, I was like, yeah, he definitely scammed. He definitely, because for that kind of money, you could disappear. You could get a plastic
350
surgery.
million,
Yeah. Like you could easily like disappear, go to like some islands in the like Caribbean, you know, with that kind of money, you know, come on.
Do it with a lot less.
Yeah. Well, I mean, $350 million, that's way more than needed. You could change your fingerprint, change your like, do plastic surgery, like lose a bunch of weight, shave your head, get a like a strong tan, and nobody will ever recognize you. Get like the whatever lenses, you know, like for different eye color. Like it's not that difficult with that kind of money. Yeah. So it was crazy, man. And then his partner is still there. or like some also shady guy that was doing all kind of whatever. Yeah, you can check out documentary. It was interesting, you know. Yeah.
Check it out,
But,
yeah.
yeah, but the moral story is like, you know, people left their money in exchanges and they should not have, you know. Like you should use it, like I said, like a toilet, you know. Get in, do your business, get out, like a public toilet, filthy and dirty and whatever, you know. I mean, Coinbase is not like that, but at the same time, like it's better to kind of err on the side of caution, just to not trust them at all, any exchanges, except for, you know, one you can like audit yourself. Even, you know, for example, like StellaSwap, you don't have to trust them because they have no access to the customer's funds. None. All they do, they just develop the platform. That's it. That's their whole thing, you know? And everything else is running on transparent smart contracts, which is, I think, the future, right? They're just going to build like this rails straight from like, you know, Coinbase and Binance, maybe to like StellaSwap in the future. And then it'll be like a one-click thing where you just click and that's it. I mean, I listen to like, you know, like Spaces on Twitter. That's not a good place to listen. If you sign up for like, you know, follow, like go on Twitter and follow Moonbeam, follow StellaSwap. They're always kind of doing discussions, roundtable discussions about the future. So in the future, they want to make the UI, the graphical, the GUI, the graphical interface, like so simple that it's like a one-click thing. So you don't even need centralized exchanges. You could just kind of connect your credit card, do like one click, and your money is like instantly in StellaSwap. No bridges, no nothing. That's what they're going for. But until that moment happens, like there's my course, which serves as the kind of like the adapter, you know, between beginners and them, right? To kind of explain the clunky tech that's currently available, right? But they're like always improving it. Yeah. There's like another service called Squid that's coming, like a cross-chain app. Yeah, so that might be interesting. I don't know. That might make things easier or not. Okay, I'll add that to the course eventually, you know, once I test it out properly. So I'm always looking for like easier ways, right? To kind of get people in. You know, so like if that happens and US citizens, you know, and Canadians have access to an easier option than like the way it's done now, obviously I'm gonna update my course and put that in and take the old stuff out, you know. Kind of like with Binance now. I'm gonna add this, and people who can use Binance, it'll be so much easier for them. Like no need to bridge, which is the biggest pain point, that bridging thing, man. It's like always something. But it's working. It's working. The bridges work. And you know, if they don't, there's always the transaction hash, and you can always like track where it is. So there's only a few things that it could be, right? I mean, like I said, it's either in your wallet, in the bridge, or in your wallet on Moonbeam, right? Or vice versa. That's the only place it could be. 3 places. So it's either 1, 2, or 3, right? Either it didn't go anywhere, or it's like in the bridge. If it's in the bridge, you just redeem, bam, and it's in your Moonbeam now, right? And then once it's there, there's only 2 places it could be there as well. It could be either in your wallet or in the smart contracts of StellaSwap, right? That's it. Also, only 1 or 2 places. So that's what I was saying. You can't really lose the money. It's always somewhere, right? Anyway, yeah, so you guys know all this stuff already. Anyway, probably said it many times. All right, so yeah. Anybody else have any questions? I guess we're all good, man. See? Yes, I think these Q&A sessions were, you know, real useful. That's a good indicator that people do have questions, right? That means the course is working. Like that's the prime indicator. That means I've done a good job. All right, guys. I'm gonna bounce. Yeah, it's 1:30.
Thanks,
Forward to
Vadim.
next week.
Yeah. See you all next week. See you in the chats. Take care, guys. Bye.
See ya.